हेलो गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू द चैनल। आई होप यू पीपल आर डूइंग गुड। सो बहुत दिन हो गया आप लोगों से बात करके, सो आई थॉट आई विल मेक ए शॉर्ट वीडियो एंड एक्सप्लेन यू few basic terms related to bikes. So here I go. So those two terms are, one is engine braking and the other one is slipper clutch technology, which is very famous right now in the market. So I thought it will be better if I share this information with you all, and if any one of you are planning to buy a bike in near future, they may also want to try and check this option. So here it goes. So let's start with the first term, whatever I just mentioned, that is engine braking. So what actually is engine braking? So अभी बात करते हैं इंजन ब्रेकिंग के बारे में. So let's suppose if you are cruising at 80 km per hour on a straight stretch and you are at currently fifth gear. Okay, आप फिफ्थ गियर पे जा रहे हो 80 km per hour स्पीड पे, राइट. सो सडनली यू सॉ अ सीरीज ऑफ स्पीड ब्रेकर्स. सो व्हाट एक्चुअली यू आर गोना डू, आप इमीडिएटली क्या करोगे, ब्रेक लगाओगे, आपके गियर को डाउन करेंगे. सो व्हाट यू आर गोइंग टू डू, आई जस्ट मेंशन, राइट, यू विल इमीडिएटली प्रेस योर ब्रेक, रेयर व्हील का स्पीड को कंट्रोल करेंगे एंड बेस्ड ऑन दैट यू विल press your clutch and shift your gears to some lower speed. So this is called engine braking. You are applying your brake, you are reducing your bike speed to some extent, and then you are shifting gears. See, you are cruising at 80 km per hour and you saw a series of speed breakers and you are in fifth gear right now. So what did you do, you pressed your bike, you brought your speed to 60 km per hour, and then you pressed your clutch and then you shifted to fourth gear. Similarly, you pressed the brake again, you brought your speed to 40 km per hour, and then you shifted your bike gear to third gear. Similarly, you pressed again your bike rear wheels brake, and then you got your speed somewhere near to 30 km per hour, and then shifted your gear to second gear. Now you can easily cross the speed breaker without stalling your bike. Stalling in the sense, so if your bike is moving at some 20 km per hour, and if you are in a wrong gear, what actually happens, it will give you a jerk and it will stop. That is what actually is stalling. Okay, so I gave you information about engine braking, right? Engine braking is gradually reducing your speed, and based on that you will be adjusting your gears. So that is engine braking, braking your engine speed gradually. So what happens when you don't follow this engine braking? So let's suppose you brought your gear to second gear, but you did not control or bring down your bike's rotating speed, right? Your bike rear wheel is still rotating at 80 km per hour, but your engine gearbox is brought down to second gear. Second gear, every bike is meant, most of the 300, 200, whatever cc bikes are there, less than 200 cc bikes, they will be having some specified rpm range set on those bikes, saying that in second gear should be running from this rpm and this rpm करके there will be a destined range which is assigned rpm. So अगर आपका bike is less than 200 cc, let's suppose your bike is having 199 cc, so what actually happens, your bike is in second gear now, but your vehicle is still moving at 80 km per hour, your backside rear wheel is still moving at 80 km per hour. So in second gear your bike is meant to run between 2000 to 3000 rpm. That means 30 or 40 kilometers. It should be having a max range of 30 or 40 kilometers, but your bike is rotating, your back wheel is rotating at 80 km per hour, right? Once you brought your gear to second gear, what actually you will do, you will release your clutch. Once this clutch is released, the clutch plate mechanism, whatever there is in your bike, it will join your rail wheels chain sprocket with the engine's driving shaft, right? Your rear wheel chain sprocket is, I will give you information about this chain sprocket and engine shaft, but let's assume that you know that. So chain sprocket will be there, and chain sprocket will gets in contact with the engine's driving shaft. Once these are connected, since your rear wheel is still moving at 80 km per hour and your engine is at 20 to 30 km per hour, so what actually happens, this 80 km per hour force will act reverse on the engine. So generally what should happen, your engine should be driving the rear wheel of your bike, but in this case rear wheel is rotating at 80 km per hour and your engine is still running at 20-30 km per hour. So there is a reverse driving force coming from the rear wheel. So rear wheel will rotate the chain sprocket, and chain sprocket, because the clutch is released, chain sprocket will get in contact with the driving shaft of the engine, and engine पे reverse power जाएगा. You got my point, right? Reverse, it will force the engine to rotate at 80 km per hour. Since the 80 km per hour is more, so it will force the engine to rotate at 80 km per hour. But your system, whatever the engine system is there, it is currently in second gear, and it is forced to run at a speed which is meant for fifth gear. Because of that, engine won't be able to handle that, and the whatever the gear sprockets which are inside the engine, they might break, and because of that the bike may skid, your engine may fail, I mean may break down, that may happen, and bike may skid. So if you don't do proper engine braking, this situation may arise. So let's talk about this engine shaft and this chain sprocket in detail on a paper. I will just write down to you and you can see what actually these are and how these are connected. So let's get to that. So guys, let's talk about this engine shaft and chain sprocket mechanism which is there in the bike. So let's suppose this is your back wheel, right? Sorry, I'm bad at drawing, so please do ignore that. So this back wheel will be having one bigger sprocket wheel which will be somewhere around 47 tooth or 45 tooth, because based on your torque, I mean based on the torque which is present on your bike. So this sprocket will be having a chain drive. There will be one chain which will be attached somewhere near your engine. Let's suppose this is your engine, right? Here there will be one sprocket also. Here there will be a small sprocket which will be having 17 teeth or 15 teeth, whatever based on your bike manufacturer. So this sprocket over here, which is connected using a chain, will be attached to the engine's driving sprocket. So let's suppose this is your tooth, right? This is your tooth on the sprocket. Okay, these are the tooth of your chain sprocket, and this is your tooth of the engine shaft, right? There will be grooves similar to this, and they will get in contact with one another when the clutch is released in gears. Once these are connected with one another, engine force will start acting on this chain sprocket, and since this chain sprocket is connected using a chain to the rear wheel of your bike, your rear wheel will start rotating. So this is the rear wheel drive mechanism which is present on most of the bikes. Bikes will be having rear wheel mechanism only, and this chain will be the reason for the movement of this particular wheel, and this chain will be driven using this particular chain sprocket, and this chain sprocket will be driven by the engine shaft. I hope this is clear to you. So what is the role of clutch plate assembly here? So whenever you press clutch and put it in gears, right? Let's suppose you are in gear 1. Once you press gear 1, this engine will be moved to whatever the mechanism is there, piston moving mechanism, that will start rotating at 1000 to 2000 rpm or more. I'm not sure, based on the bike design it will move. Once this it will move to that particular rpm, this engine will start moving in that rpm, and once clutch is released, these two will get in contact and the bike will start moving. I hope this concept is clear. So guys, this is how actually the clutch plate mechanism, how your chain sprocket and engine shaft are rotated. So I said, right, once you forget to use engine braking, your chain sprocket, whatever is there, actually chain sprocket should be the reason behind the movement of the rear wheel. But since you forgot to bring your rear wheel speed to lesser speeds, rear wheel will start driving the force back on engine sprocket. Since engine sprocket it is now connected to this particular engine shaft, it will act the force on engine shaft, and engine shaft is meant to rotate at only 2000 to 3000 rpm because it is in second gear now. Since you are driving the force back, this engine will have to rotate at 8000 rpm because your back wheel is rotating at 80 km per hour, right? Because of this reason, there you will see you will have speedometer front, right? And there you will observe a spike in the rpm. If it is in second gear, it should be moving somewhere around here, but since the driving force is from backwards, rear wheel is acting on engine, that rpm will pm will spike up, there will be a huge change in rpm, and because of that this engine shaft mechanism whatever is there, that will break and your system will come to a halt. This engine will whatever the engine mechanism is there, that will break down completely and your bike will skid, causing an accident. So to avoid this, one must apply engine braking all the times. I hope these terms are clear to you now. So to avoid this, there is a technology called slipper clutch technology. This was introduced, and what actually happens in slipper clutch is that I'll show you here again. So what we discussed, the tooths will be in this format. There will be rectangular or square type of tooths with will come in contact, right? This is chain sprockets tooth and this is engine driving shafts tooth. What slipper clutch technology is, in slipper clutch technology, these tool will be having some slant shape. I am not good at drawing, but I think this is how they should be looking, right? This way they should be present. Because of the slant shape, because of this particular slant shape, whenever this condition arises, there will be a slippage. Even though these are connected with one another, because of this slant shape, when the force comes from backwards, there will be a slippage observed and your engine shaft will not rotate at 80 km per hour. It will restrict itself to 20 to 30 only, since here there is a slippage occurred. This is a slipper clutch technology. I hope these both terms are clear to you now. If we understand what these sprockets are, if you get to know what these sprockets are, this is very much clear, I think. So that's it guys, I hope this is clear to you all. So let's get back to the original view. So that's it guys, before I take a leave from you all people, I just wanted some suggestion from you people. Basically I wanted to add intro and outro to my channel videos, and I am not getting the actual content that I should be adding. So let me give you an example what actually an intro and outro is. You people might be knowing that because you watch a lot of YouTube videos and mine is a new channel, so I need not to explain that, but definitely there are people out there who might not be knowing that. So what is an intro? Intro is something like what's up guys, hello Naru, hope everyone is doing fine. When you start your video you will say that. So it's a way you connect with your audience. So this is one intro, sample intro. This one is from Sriman Kotaru, and the other one outro. Let's talk about outro. Outro is basically, let me, Shukran, Alvida, Masalama, take care and do whatever you want, my lovely friends. This is outro. Basically when you end your video you state these words. So that's how I also want to add to my videos, and I am open for suggestions. You people please comment your thoughts, give me some suggestions in the comment box so that I can add them to my intro and outro. That's it guys. If you like this video, if you got some information, even a bit of information that you gain from this video, please like the video. If you don't like it, dislike it. I am happy to know that if people are disliking it also. So comment your thoughts in the comment box. Share this video with your friends who are interested in bikes and who wanted to know a lot about technologies, and they might be willing to subscribe the channel. So do this support. So please do the support, and फिर मिलते हैं ऐसे वाले ब्लॉग में. टिल देन टेक केयर, बाय बाय.